So this is one that I'm still working on. I don't have it figured out. But I think it's really important to find a balance in reminiscing and gauging how far you've come, the growth you've been through, and where you're at now without focusing on the past. Um, it is important to look at where you were years ago, what you've been through, how far you've come, what work you've had to do to get to where you're at, because that's how, one, we can celebrate what we've been through. You have to take moments to celebrate all of the work that you do, all of the hard things you've been through. It's how you enjoy the peace and the easy moments. So you have to have those hard times. It also helps you guide to where you want, what more you want in your life, how you want your life to proceed forward. But it can be really hard to stop and think about those things without getting drawn back into all of the what ifs, even missing some of those situations, because everything you've been through is not all bad. There's those little positive things. I had the realization last night, this morning, that I have a tendency at this stage of my life to be doing a lot of, I've been through a lot. I'm trying to make sure that there's no open, unhealed edges that are going to cause problems later down. I want to be aware of myself, how I handle things. And so as I have been trying to do that, I keep getting caught. And usually I do a really good job of, okay, this is something I've been through. This is how I've dealt with it. This is where I'm at now. I've been able to kind of separate from it a little bit better. But just some of the thoughts I've been having were more of the positive reminiscing, which is not something I've done a lot of. Just finding some of those positive moments. And my life has been a twist and turn, and it's not an uphill climb. It's not I started out really struggling and now I'm doing really good. I'm doing great. I love where I'm at in my life, and there are very little things that I would change. And those things that I would change are changing with time. They're a matter of where I'm at in my process, and it's moving forward. But there were moments where the things that I don't have right now, I've had. Right now I'm in a small little apartment that's not very well set up. It's set up enough for my needs, but it's not complete. And I have to remind myself it's because I've only lived here for a couple of months, and I'm still kind of gathering the things and building that space. Whereas remembering of times I've had full spaces, well decorated, totally set up, and looking and comparing the apartments is a big difference. But I don't want the life I had when I had that apartment. I wouldn't go back and change anything. But it's okay to sit there and be like, oh, I liked the way I decorated that. I liked having that kind of space. How do I bring that space into what I have now? What would I bring in? What would I change? And I think when I realized that it's not that period of my life that I'm missing, it's having a cohesive home. So moving forward this week, one of my things I'm going to focus on is what I want, how to bring forward a cohesive home into my current space, which has just not been a priority for me. But I think moving forward it needs to be, and it was that realization. So I just want to say it's important to be able to look back and find how far you've come. My life in general is so much better than it has ever been in my life. I am so much more stable now in my life. I have much better people in my life. I have better relationships with most of my family members. I have an amazing significant other who supports and encourages everything going on in my life. I have a great job that I absolutely love. I'm loving my church community. I'm loving the people I work with. Every aspect of my life is going so well. So now it's time to just kind of start building some of those smaller areas that I think will have a big impact in just how my life goes day to day. And that was kind of the realization, is something that I need to be working on.